What you're about to see today took place in Peru in the year 1808. Only 25 years after, it is said, Columbus discovered America, one of the largest forced migrations in history began. It is estimated that by 1870, more than 9.5 million Africans were torn from their country to be sold as slaves. They were not all brought to North America, however, but also to Central America, the Caribbean, Venezuela, and all over South America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Peru. Of course, in the official history textbooks of most South American countries, these facts aren't even mentioned. For instance, none of these textbooks seem to recall that in the 17th century, Lima, the capital of Peru, was a predominantly black city. 51% of its inhabitants were of African descent. Today, that figure is less than 1%. What happened? Inhuman treatment and torture killed a great number of them. The unbearable conditions in which some had to live caused them to commit suicide. Those who remained saw no hope for a better life. So, very simply, they stopped having children. But that is another part of the story. Let us begin in Lima. The Lima of today has forgotten its past. To reconstruct it, we went to the Archivos Nacionales. The story of this film is based on facts. We found them written in the old manuscripts stored in the National Archives of Peru. In these ancient documents, between the lines of the legal and administrative records, the true history of this country can be found. In 1530, the Spanish conquistadores arrived in Peru. The native Incas had never seen horses nor guns before. So they took the armed soldiers on horseback for supernatural beings. They thought they were gods spitting fire. In a short space of time, therefore, the conquistadores completely subjugated the Incas. They plundered the land to such an extent that on the coastline, where there used to be beautiful verdant forests, in a few years' time, there was nothing but barren ground. They destroyed the sophisticated irrigation system built by the Incas and used the stones to build churches. To build their empire, the conquistadores used the natives as slaves. In 70 years, they reduced a 10 million strong Inca nation to a mere 2 million. When this cheap labor was no longer easily available, they went to Africa for it. The Argentinian poet Jorge Luis Borges put it this way: "For Africans, hell was in the sea. Every year ships would land on their shores and bearded white strangers would take away their strongest people, never to be seen again." These people came to Peru as slaves to work in the haciendas. Some would rebel and were killed. A few managed to escape and lived free in this unknown land. They were called Cimarrones. It was the 8th of May, 1808, and a band of Cimarrones was ready to attack the caravan in which 2 of their friends were being taken to be executed. There was Jose Macua Jesus Zabogo, reputed to be stronger than 3 Spanish soldiers. Manola Manonga Mandinga, the one who walks on fire. Huamang Huacacsapai, a direct descendant of Tupac Yupanqui, one of the great Inca emperors. Miguel Lucumi, who lost a leg through torture. Manuel Bravo Elugo, known as the King of the Hills. He was the chief of the group. And of course, Hortensio Banto, nicknamed El Gato Pardo, the brown cat. The caravan in which the 2 Cimarrones were being taken had been on the road for 3 days and 2 nights. Jacinto Elue, the younger, had to help Simon Manteau, who, after years of slavery, during which he made countless attempts to escape, had almost lost his mind. They were both about to be executed for rebellion. The Spanish soldiers who were escorting the prisoners were tired, hungry, and because they were so poorly paid, they were unwilling to risk their necks. The foreman, Carlos Enrique Cazuello y Milla, was known in the region for the cruel and sadistic punishment he meted out to the slaves. Even the 2 Indian servants, Huamang and Quispe, did not escape his brutality. It is said that when he traveled, he would neither sleep nor rest for fear of being attacked.
¡Por allá es! ¡Por allá es! ¡Por allá es! ¡Ya! ¡Ya!
¡Tú ahí!
Muere malparido, te tengo en mis manos. Recuerda.
¡No lo maten! ¡No lo maten! ¡No lo maten, hombre! ¡No lo maten!
¡Ya! ¡No, toma! ¡Malnacido!
¡Dios, que nos mata! ¡Párate! ¡Párate! ¡Párate ya!
Hijos de puta. ¿Qué nos irán a hacer ahora?
Taita cari buenas campari.
Memang lagi saya bukan ni kita itu.
Razón que taita. Gracias taita.
Que cabra cerita kan sampai kita itu.
Bukan ni Romani, dia pagar. Con que Ana wata tanka ke apa mai.
Bueno, cuenta. Ay,
Los doblones.
los doblones, cuéntanos.
¿Y cuánta plata crees que vamos a tener para mucho
No sé,
tiempo?
bastante para vivir un rato.
Detente, Simón, detente, Simón.
The Cimarrones wanted Senor Carlos Enrique Cazuello to understand what it meant to be a slave. So they abandoned him in the desert, half naked and without food. Cimarrones lived in very small villages built in the same way as in Africa, hidden on the trees. These were called palenques.
Hermano.
Born in slavery, Jacinto marveled at the sight of free Africans. They even had a queen, as he heard was the custom. As for Simon, they took him to the curandero of the Palenque to clear his mind of horrible memories. But their troubles were far from over. Manuel Bravo warned them of the possibility of Spanish retaliation and advised them that from then on they had to be always alert, always ready to fight for their lives and for their freedom. A few years later, that same Palenque was destroyed by a battalion of Spanish soldiers. Manuel Bravo, Miguel Lucumí, and other Cimarrones died defending it. Some, like Manola Manonga Mandinga, became highway robbers, and their names grew to be part of popular legend. Others, like Hortensio Banto and Zabogo, joined forces with the troops of San Martin, who in 1821, after defeating the conquistadores, declared Peru's independence and abolished the barbaric practice of slavery.